Hi, Dave Diegelman with Equity Real Estate. This is our August 2022 market update for Southern Utah. We're going to use the numbers from July 2022, and we've got some exciting things happening in our marketplace right now. You probably hear about all the doom and gloom right now in our marketplace, but I'm going to show you the perspective from a seller's perspective and then from a buyer's perspective. So let's jump into the numbers. First of all, let's look at the number of listings. We can see the active listings has shot way up. We're currently at 1,458 units. Anything between 1,400 and 1,800 units is a healthy marketplace for us in Southern Utah. But we still have a slight advantage for sellers, and I'll kind of show that to you as we go through the numbers. As we look at the listing prices, this is what I'm kind of most excited about, because listing prices, there's been a lot of speculative pricing going on in the marketplace where people are putting their houses on for way too much. And right now what's happening is the smarter ones are listening to their agents and bringing it down to where the comps are. So what you see right here, the new median list price is crossed over with the sold median sale price. So in other words, the new houses going on the market are being listed very close to the comps. Absorption rate in month, I talk about this all the time. It is right now at about 3 months. Anywhere between 3 and 5 months is kind of our normal healthy marketplace. We were down below 1 month, just a little over a year ago, and it was nuts. When I would go in for a listing appointment and talk to people, I would ask them if they wanted to move up, down, or sideways within our marketplace. And if they did, I would ask them seriously if they had an RV to stay in or a relative that they could stay with for a few months. Now, luckily, none of my clients had to do that, but that was a reality of the situation because there just wasn't much inventory. Now there's a lot more choices. The sold to list ratio, this one's interesting over here. You can see that it was at 101% just a couple of months ago, and it's just plummeting right now. Well, what that means is anything above 100% usually represents multiple offers. And so if you had a $500,000 house, it might have sold for $505,000 according to this model right here, even though our listings had sold for like 8 and 10% higher than listing price or higher than comps. But what's happening right now is that $500,000 house might be selling for $490,000 or $496,000 or $494,000. So we don't have as many multiple offers coming in, although some properties still do have that. But for buyers, this is good news. For sellers, it's not necessarily bad news because it's still, our prices are very high, especially historically. Now, you hear a lot of doom and gloom about interest rates, and interest rates are going up. But again, if we take the last 50 years, the median interest rate is around 8%. So our rates right now oftentimes are being bought down. A lot of times the sellers are contributing to the closing costs for buying down those rates. So it's still a real good time to buy as a buyer, and there's a ton of inventory. Price volume, I usually don't talk about price volume, but I'm going to today. Price volume, you can see we have a lot of inventory on the market up here, but what's more interesting is the sold sale volume. So we are going right around the $200 million mark month by month, and it's very, very stable. So what that means is we still have a ton of money coming into our marketplace, and that's great news for sellers. So let's go down below and look at the sold listings in different price categories. Everything under $500,000, so $450,000 and under, we just don't have that much inventory under that area. So that's a tough market to find inventory in, even though we still are finding places for buyers in that price range. But in the sold listings, you see the $500,000 to $750,000. That is our sweet spot as far as inventory and volume. And then $750,000 to $1 million is our second area of kind of strength, I would say. The $1 to $2 million mark, we really don't have that much inventory. There's only 4 units difference this year over last year. But what is interesting is what I'm seeing right now anyway, is there are homes that are bargains in this price range. In other words, you couldn't even come close to building what you can buy an existing house for in some of the homes that are on the market right now. So this is a great investment opportunity. So for investors that want to park money and maybe have a second home that's a nice home, this is a great sweet spot right now. Pending listings, those are going to follow these numbers of the sold listings over here in the volume. Pending listings are the ones that are actively on the market. They're under contract. We know how much they were put on the market for. We just don't know how much they're under contract for. And then our active listings, those numbers follow the above, the 750 to a million and $500,000 to $750,000 market. Those are the sweet spots where our most inventory is. And then the new listings coming on, again, they're coming on in those same sweet spots. But the overabundance of inventory between $1 and $2 million, we have 198 units this month versus 77 last year during this month, or during the month of July, I should say. So that's why I'm saying there's huge opportunities there. So if you are looking to buy or sell, feel free to give me a call if you have any questions. My direct private line is 435-703-4041. God bless you and have a great remainder of the summer.